Welcome to the Bharatiya School online classes. In this section, we will discuss the absorption of digested products. First of all, we should know about what is absorption. So, absorption is the process of transfer of end products of digestion from intestine to circulatory fluid. Absorption is of two types: active and passive absorption. Passive absorption occurs mainly the process through osmosis and diffusion is of two types: simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion. Let first we will discuss in detail what is passive absorption. So passive absorption is the absorption of nutrients from its high concentration region to its low concentration region without expenditure of energy is known as passive absorption or passive transport. अगर किसी न्यूट्रिएंट का सब्सटेंस का उसकी हाई कंसंट्रेशन से उसकी लो कंसंट्रेशन की तरफ ट्रांसपोर्ट होता है विदाउट एनी एनर्जी एक्सपेंडिचर, इट इज़ कॉल्ड पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्ट और पैसिव एब्जॉर्प्शन. Passive absorption mainly occur through two processes: first osmosis, second diffusion. First of all, we should know about what is osmosis. So osmosis is the absorption of water, the movement of water along its high concentration region along its low concentration region. वाटर की जो मूवमेंट है उसकी हाई कंसंट्रेशन से उसकी लो कंसंट्रेशन की तरफ वो क्या कहलाती है? Through a semi-permeable membrane, is called osmosis. The movement of water from its high concentration to its low concentration through a semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. While diffusion is the absorption of solute molecules. डिफ्यूजन जो है वो प्रोसेस है जिसके थ्रू क्या होता है, सोल्यूट मॉलिक्यूल्स की क्या होती है, एब्जॉर्प्शन होती है. Here we can see the diffusion is of two types: simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion. In simple diffusion, substances are directly diffuses, and in facilitated diffusion, with the help of some ions, proteins, the diffusion of substance has been take place along with their concentration gradient. First, diffusion, two types: simple diffusion. In simple diffusion, the molecules can be diffused. Example, absorption of vitamins and chlorines. The chlorines and vitamins are get simply diffuses, and in facilitated diffusion, that occur with the help of some carrier ions, carrier proteins, is called facilitated diffusion. Example, absorption of fructose, mannose, and etc. are the example of facilitated diffusion. Next, we will discuss about the active transport. So what is active transport? It is the transport of substance against their concentration gradient with the help of energy is called active transport. In this we clearly see that the substance has been moved. Here the concentration of this substance has been low and here is the high, but with the expenditure of energy the substance has been moved against their concentration gradient, and their transport is called active transport and absorb, or we can say that is active absorption. In active absorption always needs energy. Example of active transport: amino acids, monosaccharides like glucose, and electrolytes like sodium ions, etc. are actively absorbed. Next video we will discuss about the absorption of lipids. It is very important topic. How absorption of lipids has been take place. Here we clearly see that from fatty acids and monoglycerides that are present in the lumen of small intestine, they get emulsified with the help of bile juice and myceles has been formed. Here we can see that the micelles are formed by the fatty micelles has been formed by the bile salts. These micelles are transported into the enter into the epithelial cells of the small intestine, the inner lining. These present in the inner lining of the small intestine. These micelles enter into the fatty acids linked to form the triglycerides. In the Golgi apparatus, these fat globules these triglycerides has been packed into a vesicle, and these are known as chloromicrons. These chloromicrons has been transported into the lacteals, and from lacteals these has been transported into the bloodstream. In this way, the absorption of lipids has been take place. It is only the lipids which has been first they are converted into monoglycerides, and after they get enter into the epithelial cells of small intestine, they again reconverted into triglycerides and packed into a protein coat and known as chloromicrons and transported into the lacteals. So in this manner, the absorption of lipids or fats has been take place. In next video, we will discuss about the absorption of different parts in alimentary canal. In our mouth part, certain drugs are get absorbed. In our stomach, water, simple sugars, glucose like, and some drugs and alcohol get absorbed. In small intestine, almost all digested food, minerals, materials, vitamins has been absorbed. In our large intestine, water, minerals, and certain drugs are get absorbed. As the absorption of food has been carried out by mainly in the small intestine region, the ileum of the small intestine is the main area or chief area for absorption of food, because ileum is the longest, great in length and highly coiled, and because of presence of villi, high number of villi present in the ileum region, it increase the surface area for absorption. So here the villi number is increased, so the absorption of food has been increased in this region. After absorption of food, the undigested food enter into the large intestine, and the entry of food from small intestine to large intestine guarded by a wall. This wall is called ileocecal wall. Here we can see that the undigested food like plant fibers, dead bacteria that present in feces enters into the cecum through ileocecal wall. This wall prevents the backflow of fishes from large intestine to small intestine. So backflow has been prevented by this wall, ileocecal wall. After absorption of food, the absorbed food has been taken into the tissues for various activities and get assimilated, and the undigested food temporarily stored in the rectum, and finally the undigested food is digested, and the process is called defecation. In our next video, we will discuss about the disorders of digestive systems. Till then, bye bye.